Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 21, finds Hank Voight and the Chicago Police Intelligence Unit one step closer to taking down Deputy Chief Reed, with the assistance of Chapman and vital info from drug smuggling leader Jesus Otero. However, the episode ends on a cliffhanger, with Reed knowing that Voight and his crew are after him, resulting in him stripping Burgess and Torres of their badges and disbanding the unit altogether. Voight refuses to talk to Chapman when she knocks on his door, leaving questions regarding how he intends to handle Reed in the Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 22 finale. Reed has been the focal point of Chicago PD Season 12 and is a perfect nemesis for Voight because both men have experience of going beyond the law and using corrupt methods, like murder and planting evidence, to get what they want. However, the difference is that Reed uses his methods of control to harm anyone, while Voight does it to protect his team and informants to take down criminals. Will Voight use Chapman and his unit to take down Reed, or will he revert to his old corrupt ways after his unit was disbanded? Reed disbands intelligence in Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 21. The unit is in crisis thanks to Reed and his nefarious planning. Reed standing in the squad room in Chicago PD. The intelligence unit is disbanded at the end of Episode 21 because Reed knows that Voight and his crew are after him. Voight persuades Otero to provide info on Reed by holding his son, who used his dad's product to do business. Otero cooperates with Voight because he's fearful of the deputy chief and the harm he could cause to him, saying that Reed is different and more dangerous than everyone. Voight and his team attempt to catch Reed's corruption by setting up a fake robbery at Otero's funeral home, which Otero uses to smuggle drugs into dead bodies. However, Voight's plan backfires because Reed is immediately suspicious of Otero when he tells him about the fake robbery, and also had one of his men with Otero at the funeral home where the planned heist took place. This twist underscored Reed's powerful ability to have eyes and ears on everyone, from police to criminals. Due to intelligence's failed plan, Reed disbands the unit and has Torres and Burgess badges stripped, using the excuse of Torres' illegal relationship with CI Gloria Perez. Voight needs to decide how he'll take on Reed in the Chicago PD Season 12 finale. Reed has been Voight's most challenging nemesis thus far. Sean Hattersey as Charlie Reed in Chicago PD Season 12. The disbandment of intelligence places Voight in a challenging position because his unit is now at risk of losing their careers, and Torres, Burgess, and the sergeant are facing potential prison time. This is the situation Voight wanted to avoid in the first place because, when it comes to enemies who intentionally go after intelligence, Voight would traditionally rely on his extreme methods to resolve the situation and protect his team from any wrongdoing. However, Voight has had to put aside his old corrupt ways for the sake of protecting his career and his colleagues. The sergeant must continue to grow and evolve, which has been made possible in Chicago PD thanks to Voight's relationship with Nina Chapman. The ADA has grown close to Voight by confessing her feelings for him and providing support during challenging cases, including Reed's. Voight has also agreed to open up more to his unit, including Lieutenant Burgess and Officer Torres, for once not keeping them in the dark and showing them that he needs their help taking down Reed in the season finale. How Voight takes down Reed will define the future of Chicago PD. Voight needs to tackle Reed carefully for the sake of his unit. Kim Burgess and Hank Voight in Chicago PD. Reed is arguably Voight's greatest enemy thus far in Chicago PD because both police officers think and operate in a similar way, and that sets up a potential pitfall for Voight. The sergeant is left angered after the disbandment of his unit. His refusal to answer Chapman when she knocks on his door at the end of the episode is a bad sign that Voight may decide to revert to his old, corrupt methods and potentially kill Reed. Chapman insists that they can still fight this case together, but Voight is feeling regretful for involving her and his unit instead of lone wolfing it as always. How Voight stands up to Reed will define the future of Chicago PD because he has to make a choice about what kind of leader and police officer he truly wants to be. The easier path is that he could fall back on his corrupt tactics, which will likely eventually catch up to him and be his downfall. Or, Voight can keep fighting and rely on support from Chapman, Ruzek, Atwater, and Trudy to properly catch Reed and take him down by the book to prove that Voight has truly evolved as a cop and as a man.